that lady Bari Weiss or whatever her name is, and she was on ABC.
One of the greatest liars in our public life.
Did you see this video she said? I think she mentioned you in it.
Unbelievable liar.
They just made her the head of CBS.
That I'm beginning to sort of reckon with right now is the extent of profound anti-American and anti-Jewish sentiment on large parts of the American right. A lot of the illiberalism on the left that came from the fringe into the mainstream of the Democratic Party began as a fringe online movement that a lot of Democrats and a lot of liberals waved away because it was just some crazy influencers online. And woe to the people that still are telling themselves that and still believe that the things that Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson are saying will not make an impact on the right, because they will.
Everything about that is just so amazing to me. I'm anti-American, really? Family's been here for 400 years. I have no allegiance to any foreign country. I put my country first, and you. It takes a lot of balls for Bari Weiss, who acts openly on behalf of a foreign country. Her only concerns are not American concerns. They pertain to the fortunes of a foreign country.
Do they really?
Oh, yes. Yes, I'm not. That's an informed statement. And calling me anti-American, you can say that Carlson's an asshole or whatever, but she has to call me the one thing that she is, which is like this weird psychology, I have to say.
It was an interesting morning peruse of my Plato's Wall of X. It seemed like there was a drastic shift in sentiment about what's going on. And I don't know if that's my bubble. Probably is my bubble, actually, now that I think about it. It's my Plato's Wall. So it's going to massage and seduce my algorithmic desires, if it were. But there's some crazy shit going on. Like, thank God for X. Like, I mean, imagine if we were. I don't even want to say this because I think what's coming to Canada is what's coming to you. Like, they're gonna act in concert, and next thing you know, I'll be gone from YouTube because you'll have to have a digital ID to get on or something crazy like that. There's a protest. I think it's January 3rd coming on. I'm gonna rally up some of my friends at the squash club to do it. But I tell you, most people in Canada, they won't do it. So I always try to enforce any Canadians on this stream. I know there's very little Canadians to, get in touch. So we're going to need each other moving forward, right? And there's going to come a time where, there'll be a hard line in the sand. You'll have to do something that's a little bit uncomfortable, or just slip into complete slavery. It's just that easy. Number go down technology. Kind of feels like it. Yesterday we had like a little pump for ants of sorts, but it felt good. It was a throwback to when the price, had some balls. When price were like, I'm going to get there. I'm going to fucking get there. And it got there. Well, we put 93.7 in this, one of the doodles on Monday. And she popped over and then kind of consolidated at 93.7. And now she fell over. But before, holy smokes, shake and bake. I haven't seen you in a long time. The past couple streams, there's been some classic pianomattyb community members. Misco. Carl Elder's here all the time. And shake and bake. I haven't seen Shake for probably a year or so. I don't know. Sometimes, it just comes up and I don't really notice it. But before we lose this, what some legacy analysts call who else needs to show up here? That would be like a throwback is the guy from Canada. I can't remember his call name. He has the weed channel where he tests like bongs and stuff. What the hell's his name? Someone in here, Terry, you'll probably remember his name. He was on here every time, and then I saw him on I went to one of his streams, and he said he doesn't do the internet in the morning. I don't know if that's just a nice way of him saying, I don't watch your channel anymore, but whatever. That would make it full circle if he's like, hey, I'm here, right? Before we lose this bull flag, we might as well, what would happen if, this bull flag were to, play out. We'll make this like this. That looks like a real traditional bull flag. Well, you take the pull, you slide it all. Oh, of course. Wouldn't you know it? 98.3, the bull market rejection zone. It seems like all roads lead to this. Sneaky Pete. That's it, Salt in the Salt. I knew someone would remember Sneaky Pete. Sneaky Pete vapes. That's right, Pete's vapes. Yeah, him popping in. That would be for sure a Chris Forte, thank you for the super chat. He says to me and all the community members, good morning, pianomattyb is a low C sharp. B, that's actually C. Thank you for the super chat, Chris Forte. Actually, another shout out to David Rhoda. I finally got the cup. Yeah, I think he made this little Bitcoin coffee mug. It came with a little nice Bitcoin keychain too. So big shout outs to David Rhoda. Or Rhoda. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Yeah, so now we can see how all roads lead to 98.3. Even this little bull flag. It's a stretch, this bull flag. But we're in stretchy times. We're in stretchy times here. We got to make mountains out of molehills because really, you zoom out on this 4-hour chart and it's really we're just kind of churning butter like the Amish, right? Churn butter once or twice, living in the Amish paradise. This is what we're just churning price action butter to nowhere. So we got to make mountains out of molehills. So I guess we would probably hit our heads on this channel of ascension's resistance first off, but then, like I said on Drew's channel yesterday, we'll probably throw. Get above 98.3. We might even crack 100K. But it's where we close that weekly chart that matters the most. We don't, and again, it's not like pianomattyb law. This isn't physics. This is just historical echoes. What tends to happen, and if so, like when you throw a ball up in the air and then it reaches its peak, well, what tends to happen is that it goes down. Now, that is physics, but let's say it comes down and it hits a void. There's a void that flies, a little crow or something, smash. Well, it's going to have a little bit of a trajectory, but essentially it's going to head down. Now, if it closes above here, it doesn't necessarily mean we're out of the waters, we're out of the shark waters. It's just, I would like the weekly chart to close above 38.2 if we get there. But you can see, look at these wicks. This is the weekly chart here. Look at all these wicks. Look at this week. Wow, that was a volatile week last week. Basically no. Well, this is where if we want to make a bullish mountain out of a molehill, this little hanging cross of sorts, spinning top, it's indicative of a reversal. We had this massive capitulation event down to 80K, fought back, and then this is, you could, this doodle kind of represents what I've been talking about for the past couple of months. We are, kind of following this doodle to a T. Don't fade the doodle game on this channel. We are kind of following it now. Now, can we follow it up past 38.2% fib, 98.3, the bull market rejection zone, and just keep on going? Kelly McBride, hey, Matty B, do you like hot sauce? I make some really good Texas style hot sauce. I'd like to send you a bottle if you're interested. I am interested. I would like some hot sauce from Texas. If you're on, are you on X, Kelly McBride? If you are, just give me a DM there. And I will send you an address. And I'll look forward to that hot sauce. Always, who doesn't like he's not on X. Instagram? Are you on Instagram, Kelly McBride? I'm on Instagram just to send memes to Kyle, Grant, and Jen Friesen. Okay, he's on Instagram. Then send me a DM on Instagram. pianomattyb there. Wick says that whistle always tickles my taint. Oh, Grundle. You can DM from Discord too. Oh, yeah. I don't know. I didn't know you could do that. Hopefully people haven't DMing me and I don't know, or maybe just no one's ever DM'd me and so I've never got the prompt. Danny Kane, mini Bitcoin, mini ETF showed some insane volume on MSN charts the other day. Almost looks like a glitch. I noticed this pattern on my work computer. It's only on those charts. Well, you can see they're making a big push. Come on, Wick. I know that's a joke. I haven't seen, that's another one I haven't seen. I haven't seen Wick's wife in a while. They've been making a push from an institutional level marketing wise, but again, it's not as good. Nothing markets Bitcoin better. She doesn't use the internet in the morning anymore. Yeah, right. I like Sneaky Pete, kind of. They're making an institutional march with marketing, but it can't beat the price, right? That's why I put number go down technology. Even when we were in the midst of this bullish prowess yesterday, we all knew in the back of our minds, it's like, it's not going to last. I don't buy it. I don't think it's going to go that high. It's probably going to just get shoved down again, right down our throat. We all thought that. We all felt it. And that's why the marketing aspect of Bitcoin, is moot. All these institutions can say all they want. It's the next this, it's the next that. It is, they're right. But unless the price moves up, you won't get a retail noob pleb buy-in. You just won't. It just won't happen. And then, like I said, I always say ad nauseum, these big institutions that are beating the drum, they just buy over the counter. So they're just like buying it from each other and that's it. So it's not affecting the price. They can buy all they want till the cows come home. They can buy all they want. Not going to affect the price. What is there? Like something like 1.2 million Bitcoins held in custody, so to speak, from these OTCs. Was someone going to buy them all? Well, maybe then, things would get interesting for sure. I don't see it. I see like, even if they bought, like every time Sailor buys and I see the microstrategy just purchase, I'm like, fuck off. Right? You're buying on the OTC. Who cares? Who cares? I don't care if you're buying on the OTC. It does F all. Right? And so when these massive, he's talking to, I think I have the video of it or something on my World of Freetards compilations on the weekend. He's talking to all these countries in Dubai or whatever, these massive, the quadrillionaires of the world. Yeah, maybe they could buy it. It'd be funny if they kind of just went, okay, we like to buy, and we'd like to buy 2 million Bitcoins. Oh, that would get interesting. But you could see them dipping their toes in maybe like with a 50,000 Bitcoin buy on the OTC. So it doesn't matter. They can buy all they want. price go down technology. Until they get a public buy-in, it's just a put on your knee pads, put on your helmet, put on your eye mask so you can go to sleep and sleep until, I don't know, 2028. Because it looks like the way things are moving now, we might be in for the stair step to oblivion. It's still bullish, right? But the parabolic, the $10,000 candles, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think we're going to see $10,000 candles that don't get severely punished. Mind you, like, so who's going to buy? Who's pushing that price up? Retail? No. Retail's not pushing the price up $10,000. You know, it'll take. I'm not sure what it'll take anymore. To tell you the truth, I'm a little bit at a loss because we know retail's not buying in. We just know that. We can see it in every aspect of everything to do with retail newbie normies like ourselves. You can see it in the YouTube sentiment, the social sentiment that Ben Cowan always refers to. It's as low as it's ever been, right? We're even at 126K, it was as low as it's ever been, right? So you see all these massive channels, you know, that have basically, once you get out of the YouTube waves, like I'm in the waves, so it's like go up 10, go back 10, go up 12, go back 6, you know? Once you get out of that, you start just kind of every day picking up subscribers as you start trolling, you know, like there's all. But even the trolling speed has slowed down to the point where you can see most of these channels are the same. These big channels, like in the 500, 600, 700, and 1 million, they're still basically where they were 3 years ago. That just says it all about retail. And without the retail coming in, we won't see those massive candles. I hope we will. But I mean, let's if we're going to be honest with ourselves, like if everyone's buying over the counter, what does it matter? What did Terry Crow here say? I DM'd pianomattyb on Discord last December to request Tillin McPooch wrench be reinstated. He actually responded, "Will do." Did Tillin McPooch get his wrench reinstated? Why was his wrench taken away is the question. I thought Tillin McPooch ran the Discord. Or is that Mark? Not sure. Wick, I'm 100% surprised because they haven't dangled the carrot at all to retail. Kramer said buy crypto one time and it nuked the market. Yeah, so if we want to go down that road, I'd say that would make more sense to me. Like they honestly don't care about Bitcoin normies or retail. They understand its importance, and the fact that retail doesn't come in, they're pretty happy. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what angle I'm getting at here? If you fully understand the importance, the scarcity, and its impact on everything to do with the world and humanity, do you really want retail on board? The answer is no. They don't. So they'll just slowly buy it up over the counter till there's none left. And guess what? If you're not sitting on any exposure, you're not going to get any exposure. They'll probably lock everybody out. So in a weird way, that's kind of what we're seeing here. Massive, massive, massive institutions buying over the counter, not affecting the price. Retail asleep at the wheel. Of course, they'll only buy if the price goes up. Right? You would think price goes down. Oh, great, I can get in. No. Because they're like, they make deals with themselves. Like once it's 126, they're like, okay, goes to 100K, I'm going to get in, right? Goes to 100K, they're like, I'm going to get, maybe I'll get it at 90. Goes down to 90. Okay, finally 90, maybe it'll go down to 80. And then they wait. Oh, it's 80. Perfect. You know, now I'm going to, maybe I'm going to go down to 70. And it goes back up. And then they're in this game. They're like, you know, the dirty underwear and the big washer just getting thrown around. pianomattyb. This is Bobby Zephyr. Won't they run out of OTC Bitcoin at some point and have to market buy eventually? Yeah, I guess. But when is that? Like, if there's millions of Bitcoin still scattered amongst OTCs and liquidity desks and what have you, like the winter mutes and things like that. There's like, winter mute isn't the only game in town. There's about 6 or 7 that just function just like that. So like one of the aspects of winter mute is, now you can look at winter mute as two things. They're either advantageous or advantageous, and guess who they're advantageous for? Not us. They're advantageous for, the bigger whales, because what they do is like, it's interesting. Like, it's called winter mute because like they'll take the other side of massive action, right? So they'll buy up on massive sell-offs and they'll sell on massive buys to keep that liquidity moving. So like without winter mute, there would be massive candles because they wouldn't be quick access to abundant Bitcoin. So for instance, the price would just go up before they found sellers. Now this way you have all these sellers and buyers cushioning, muting the price action. So, I mean, take that off and you would, you want to see violent price swings. That's what it would be. Now, maybe the argument on that point is that without these muting liquidity desks, it would be better marketing because you would get some high upsides. You'd also get some hella downsides. So it's, you take the good, you take the bad, you take them all, and then you have the facts of life. Facts of life, right? Wispy says, how is OTC even a thing? Well, because it's a big old club, and we are not in it. So obviously the concept of OTC is to, get a sweet deal on Bitcoin and not slippage. And if you don't know what slippage is what you would find without these winter mutes and stuff, without these liquidity pools, having quick access to the orders, the market makers, if it were. And so if, let's say, Michael Saylor went to buy 10,000 Bitcoins or 1,000 Bitcoins, right? Well, each buy would push the price up because you have more buyers than sellers. The market maker has to adjust. But with these muting liquidity pools and desks, they don't have to adjust that much if they're getting one large. Think of it like a arms dealer, like Nick Cage back in Warlord or Lord of War. Michael Saylor needs to buy 1,000 Bitcoin. He goes OTC over the counter and he makes a deal. Let's say the price is 91.9. Now maybe he gets a better deal because he's buying in volume. It's like OTC is like the Costco of Bitcoins. So it's like, hey, I don't need one. I mean, if I needed one, I'd buy on, acme.com exchange, but I need 1,000. So I'm going to need a little bit of a deal here. If I can get it at market price is 91.9 right now, how about 90? We'll call it even, right? And then they go find a buyer from one of these liquidity. Usually it's their own because what is he? CoinDesk? No. The blue one. Why can't I remember? I just never use it. I don't even pay attention to it. It's with the bald guy who owns it. Anyway, they're a liquidity pool and they're a custodian and they are OTC Coinbase. Thank you. They're an OTC desk. So he just probably deals with them, right, until they go out, but maybe they'll never go out. Bobby Zeff retorts, at what point do you think we have passed the resistance on Bitcoin to confirm the 4-year cycle is dead? There's only one thing. Well, there's two things that can happen to fully write DOA on the 4-year cycle and stamp it. And that is an all-time high in 2026. That's it, right? So if we have an all-time high in December, like let's say we pump our taint off and we're up at 127 or 134, we get an all-time high in the next 2 weeks. So I don't see it happening because we always forget seasonality occurs around Christmas, and everyone helicopters off to the Hamptons to drink adrenochrome for 2 weeks, right? So it's like the summer bummer, it's the Christmas bummer too. Just by the time the 20th rolls around, you could almost the volatility goes to -0. So we really have, 10 days to put in another all-time high. And now if we head into 2026, and there's nothing but bullish fundies tickling our taints for the next year, right? Nothing but bullish fundies. So one would think with all these bullish fundies tickling our taints that the price would go up, but we've had bullish fundies taint tickling for the past year, right? There's never been a time in my history of Bitcoin that there was so many taint ticklers, fundamentally speaking, going on, right? So although we know historically that pushes the price up more than anything, except for the price going up itself and the flywheel of marketing, maybe it won't. So long story short, if we see an all-time high in 2026, then that's it. Then the 4-year cycle is officially over, because now we're in the 5th year, which is kind of the first year of the cycle reset, which is historically the worst, right? Now, if you look at the 12-month candle here, this would, this is the second one, Bobby Zeff, is that if this closes red, then 3 up, 1 down is over, which is part of the 4-year cycle. We have 3 years up and 1 down, right? But we're right on the cusp here. It's 94.5. This is what I think is going to happen. We're going to, get to close December under 98.3, but it'll be green. So we'll get that, click the box of the 3 green. And then we can probably expect 2026 to be under 98.3. So the 2 things that can happen that can destroy the 4-year cycle narrative is if this candle closes red, even the thin, spinning top candle it is on a 12-year, even if it's red, well, that's not the cycle, right? That's another Plinko chip into the broken cycle theory, plus the hitting all-time high before the halving. That's another Plinko chip in the 4-year. But the real one is an all-time high. If we don't hit an all-time high in 2000, this is getting confusing now, but let's say this closes red, right? So we have 2 up, 1 down, maybe 2 up, 2 down. Although the cycle is, as far as the 12-month candle, is incorrect, a all-time high in 2026 to me would eradicate the 4-year cycle. So that means we're on maybe a 5-year cycle. I don't know. Or maybe we're just on a stair stepper. We're just going to go up 20K and come back down 10K, 30K, and go up 20K and then come down 10K. And then go up 20, this goes forever and ever, ever. Amen. Terry Crow last year was a stealth bear market, in my humble opinion. Yeah, I think so too. Are we in a bear market and we're just too goddamn stupid to know it? Maybe, right? Driftman, looks like unintentionally round trip my bags I'm holding until next year. Well, the math of round tripping is weird, right? Because you got to take in whether you like it or not, and I don't like it. The taxable event that occurs when you try to outsmart the market really puts you at a increased L probability, because depending on what the hell tax bracket individual in the States is in. You know, the tax book is like this big, right? And everything changes according to the length of your tails. So you got to now factor in where you have to rebuy in order to offset that capital gains, if you so choose to realize that in your, you know, your slave tax, right? So for instance, if it's 30%, well, you're going to have to pay $30K on that 126 or whatever. Well, it's rough math. Let's say it's 130. Now it's 30. Now, if you buy back at 100K, you're just kind of even, right? I guess if you're waiting for it to go down to, let's say, 50K, this is a happy story. Well, then you can double your exposure, right? You can now get with the 100K after the 30, you can get 2 Bitcoins. But will it go to 50K? I'm kind of thinking, well, if we're talking about the 4-year cycle intact, I wouldn't be surprised for it to go to 50. You know, maybe throw a wick down there. I still think 40K only because of a stupid dream, right? That my 40K predictions is ridiculous as $1 million prediction, because at the end of the day, nobody goddamn knows a goddamn thing.
Make sure you like and subscribe and share this video.